Welcome back to Black of the Berry Midnight, Season 1. We don't know what episode it is because it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but we got Olive Blue in the building. Berry Gang Dean in the building.
Yeah.
We got a heavy slate for y'all today. It's going to be a heavy one. I would suggest maybe get your
box of tissues ready, and I'm stressing because I see none on the table.
Yeah, it's okay. You're right. It's all right.
Power through it.
We better.
Just let it go.
We're gonna depend on the Fenty today. Make sure that these.
No, listen. The Fenty and the Urban Decay is gonna hold it down. Shout out Rihanna. Shout out Urban Decay.
Right.
But, this gets uncomfortable every so often. We'll see. I'll hold it.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah. So I mean, let's just start off. Let's pull the gloves off. First thing I want to get into is the difficulties and the times of being a black citizen in America nowadays. We see the two gruesome videos where the lady is, I'm not sure if it's in Virginia or in the West Coast, but she's basically in the shopping plaza and, she's holding a baby and the cop threatens to blow her head off, quote unquote, put a cap in her head. And
while she's holding her baby.
Right, telling her to put her hands up, and she's holding the baby still.
And they had like the husband or the boyfriend or somebody else.
They had him detained already. He was by the car.
Right.
He wanted her to put the baby on the hot ass pavement.
Right.
So he could arrest her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and you see stuff like that, and then you see the one that was actually in California where the black man is on an intersection kneeling, and there's a whole bunch of cops pointing their guns at him, and
this young woman who. Her boyfriend got killed by the police ends up coming around, and I don't care what nobody says, regardless of what he did. I think her name was Sky. I think so too. I don't care what he did. She saved his life.
Yeah, she did. And the thing is, to me, is like it's pretty messed up because it's broad daylight, if you guys know, and it's in a busy intersection. So it's like you're gonna kill this man.
8 or 9 squad cars. Big ass guns.
Yeah. Oh, with the telescope scopes.
Big ass guns.
Like battle rap bars. Guns. Like these are big guns. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, how do you guys feel like that? Especially for.
I'll break it down like this. So, back in 2006, I was just looking it up because I remember it happened. But back in 2006. The FBI warned of white supremacy in law enforcement 10 years ago. So this was written in 2006. So that means that in 1996 that they knew that white supremacists had infiltrated law enforcement.
Right.
What we're seeing now is the fruits of their labor per se.
David Duke shit.
Yeah, but I want to go on record too and say they're not all bad,
Of course.
And I know people are going to be able to go, oh, yeah, like no, like, legitimately, they're not all bad. But the issue is that they have overrun it, and they're not stupid. They know who not to go to and who to go to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got real close friends of mine who are cops, and I actually sent them a message today. Before we broke down this episode, I was looking over some shit, and this morning I was overthinking shit. Sent them all a message. I was like, yo, listen. I appreciate y'all for being cops and doing what y'all do, because at least I know if they give it up, it was for you honestly, you were doing
self-defense, right?
It was like you earned that.
Yeah.
Right.
You earned that one. And I would be unapologetic about it for them.
I think
the ratio is different though. Like at this point there's way more people who are twisted in the head.
And corrupted.
But you know what it is? But you know what it is too, I think, as well. And this is gonna sound really funny, but the cops don't understand they got to get better PR, and better PR means actually doing
training too,
and getting into better training.
Because
I think really the big thing is the psyche eval and the training, because the issue is they're not they're trained to kill.
Exactly.
Like their rules of but it's kind of funny that their rules of engagement are so kind of crazy, because we had an episode of Unspoken Truth. Y'all can check that out on Facebook, actually, at Unspoken Truth 1, I believe, right?
101.
101. You can go check these episodes out. But we had Steez or Sleeves, depending on the day. He was in the military. He was military police. And, he had a few missions, and, he made contact with the enemy a few times. They have rules of engagement.
Right.
It wasn't just that, like, you see them and you can just get it popular. Now, there's certain things you have to do. Don't get me wrong. Even in the military, you do have people who just say, fuck all. But why are their rules of engagement more stringent than law enforcement? And law enforcement, you're only how long are you in the academy for? What, 12 weeks maybe?
It's nothing. And then also
like
with the military, the second that you really start showing that side, that like something's unhinged and you're just shoot first, ask
you're
later,
dismissed.
you're dismissed.
Right.
They send you out. They don't play with that shit.
But I wonder how many of those same people still become cops.
They do. But that's why they find one and then they go into the other. People who train for the military need to be training these police. I spoke to a cop. He's out in Virginia Beach. And he said if we had the same training that the military had when it came to handling civilians, there'd be less bullshit.
And I think it also, to piggyback that, I think...
Can we stop having pussy cops too? Can I just put that out there?
I was going to say that. It also depends on the person you put the badge and gun to. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, well, not back in the day, but let's say 90s when we were coming up, you had cops fight guys. You had cops, wouldn't approach a situation with their gun out. You know what I'm saying?
Abla Luima. What was his name again?
The one that got shot like a million times for trying to pull out his wallet.
Yeah, he got shot like over 100 sometimes. So all those cops are sergeants now in the NYPD. And I believe, and I could be wrong, but y'all look it up and y'all fact check me on this. But I believe one of them sergeants was in the shit in Staten Island. I think he was a sergeant in Staten Island. I don't think he was there that day, but he is. I believe he was a sergeant. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know if I am. But just to put, you see what I'm saying? Like this, if you were warned in 1996 that white supremacists were,
it's a problem.
If it was a problem, what was done about it?
Nothing.
And then but then even something even funny. But then it just shows something that people don't want to acknowledge, but you're gonna have to acknowledge it. You have to eat it, and it is what it is, motherfuckers. Listen, just recently, the Justice Department actually admitted. The FBI admitted that Black Lives Matter was never like a terrorist threat or terrorist group. We just basically said that shit.
Oh, we know that.
We know, but I'm letting the world.
They just came on the record,
right.
But whenever we talk about this kind of shit, we're called crazy, wild, and we should shut the fuck up and everything. But it's like, no. Take a second and realize this shit is real life, and this is a real fact for some of us. But we do not have the luxury that everyone has.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get back to is kind of the struggle of living in America, living in Black America, especially for you, being a woman on top of that and being Black. So, you got the double whammy.
Oh my God. It's like either, I'm super ghetto because I'm Black.
Right.
Or I am the angry Black woman because I'm speaking against something while Black.
Or you got 3 baby daddies and all that other stuff. You're on social aid and all that stuff.
It's so funny how the Black woman... Stigma. The Black woman cannot get angry.
I cannot express
You better not get angry.
Goddamn.
The minute she gets angry, people look at her like, look at how she's
ridiculous.
But if anybody else
you clap.
It's over.
God forbid you snap, take your earrings off. God
Start
forbid
bobbing
you do that.
my neck a little bit.
Yeah, it's over.
You know what the issue is? It's just on average people. We are on average. We are judged on a very scary level. Like people are scared like for no apparent fucking reason.
If I put my hood on, I fit how many demographics?
You fit so many descriptions.
Yeah.
Oh, you son.
Over 6 foot and I'm Black.
I have a bald head with a big beard. And I got the whole
target on your back.
Yeah. And I just have like an asshole face naturally when I'm walking.
Right.
So it's just funny, honestly, just seeing how people react at times.
Yeah, but it's not.
Don't get me wrong, though.
You don't know what situations might occur from what,
That's very true.
And depending on where you at in the U.S., different state laws, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's something I want to get into. That people don't realize is that the issue is when you visit states. No. But here's the thing. My issue with staying your ground is that who was that sister that was protecting her kids, and she shot in the air. It was the same. Her trial was happening the same time that the Zimmerman trial was happening. Oh, you remember that one? I
remember that. I don't remember her name though.
She was about to go to jail. I think she did go to jail originally, and then it just enough unrest happened that she did the retrial. When she had her retrial, whatever they call it, I forget whatever it's called. She got
retrial.
it. Yeah, she got it. No, her appeal. I believe her appeal got overturned. I believe. I'm not too sure. But it's just funny how this Black woman shot in the air, didn't shoot at the guy, but she's getting the shit kicked out of her for fucking years. Which is going to bring me to the topic of when they see us in a second. You'll see how this bridges.
You transitioned it pretty well.
You see what I'm saying?
You were talking about the police and the unrest, and
you had this woman who was getting the shit kicked out of her. She was getting the shit kicked out of her in front of her kids, and
by grown ass men.
By grown ass men, and she didn't even shoot this motherfucker, which she has the right to in Florida, according to you motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. She shot in the air, and then they arrested this woman.
That's a warning shot.
Child endangerment, some other bullshit, and even some shit that was in his favor. It's completely fucked up.
Yeah, we know that.
We know.
But yet when this young lady, when Miss McNeil, Patricia McNeil,
okay,
when Patricia McNeil was raped and brutalized, and she was fucked up, y'all saw it fit to make up a whole timeline, make up a whole story,
and that's what it was.
It was complete fabrication on their behalf. Yeah, y'all could get mad at the over dramatization that the way it has been presented, and When They See Us, that the lovely Miss Ava produced.
Oh, she
directed.
She put some spin on that. It's beautiful.
You can be mad at that a little bit, but at the end of the day, I would argue that it was correct.
And I think that for some of us who didn't know at all, you know what I'm saying? Some people didn't know about what was going on. So some of it is educational, and it's the first time you've seen it, and it's something so powerful, So I definitely teared up, and it was emotional for me because it could have been anybody, any of us, So that's what really got me when I saw when I saw, and I watched it in its entirety.
Yeah.
I did the Warriors way and did the 5 hours straight, and that shit right there is
straight, not stopping.
Not stopping.
You're a brave soul.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like.
Yeah.
You're a brave soul.
I got the Arthur fist. I was not, and I'm like, but it happened. What can we do now? But I was very angry, angry.
I was sitting there watching it, and I couldn't watch. I started doing push-ups. I was getting yelled at that I was being a bitch, so I had to start watching it. It was just fucking that. When you're watching the issue, when it really took a turn for me, like when I just was like, this is too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
When that motherfucking pussy cop tackled Kevin. Kevin, for y'all, was the youngest one. He was the young light-skinned one.
The dude that jumped over the fence.
He was
and got hit with the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
He was one in the beginning that had the trombone.
Right.
Walking with his sister.
Right.
He was running, and that cop tackled him, and then turned him over. I said, "What are you running for, you little animal?" And punched him right in the face.
He didn't punch him.
Hit him with the hammer.
He hit him in the head with the fucking helmet.
With the helmet. And then you motherfuckers used that.
Oh.
In the story.
Yeah.
That's how she scratched you to get you off of her.
Yeah.
I'm like.
And I have chills thinking about it, and not in a good way.
To be honest, I got through the first episode no problem because I was so engulfed in what the fuck was going on.
There's a lot.
I remember hearing about the Central Park 5 when I was younger, but I didn't really understand it. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go too deep.
We learned about it in high school.
Yeah, I didn't. I went to private school, and I went to private school with a lot of pale people. It was not something that was touched on.
Well, actually, shout out.
I didn't learn about it, and I didn't know.
Shout out to Coach J. If y'all went to him, say y'all know who that was, but he was our lacrosse and football coach. Shout out Coach J. He was our lacrosse and football coach, and when we had study hall, we used to get besides in the classroom, but we got our black knowledge from Jones. Hidden Colors, Jones. I learned that in high school. That was Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like breaking down the Nile and all that, and all the different kingdoms within Africa. Jones. Understanding the Nation of Islam. Jones. So peace and blessings, my brother. Absolutely. But he put us on to this. It's back then, and then I remember going over it one more time in college.
Right.
So now to have to watch it dramatized. And then really didn't know, you knew you knew the cops fucked him up and did some fucked up shit.
Right.
But not to be able to see it, I understand that it was a different time back then. It was back in the 90s, but that still was fucked up no matter what time it's put in. You're supposed to be law enforcement.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do your fucking job.
Supposed to be the justice system.
Do your fucking job. It was some white dude who ended up fucking raping this broad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Wait,
saying.
I'm sorry. We're still talking
that.
about Patricia.
No, I'm saying When They See Us.
Yeah. No, I think he was Hispanic.
Yeah, Hispanic dude.
He was?
Yeah, he was Spanish.
Okay. My bad.
He was
I take
definitely
that back.
Spanish.
Well, can we edit that? Let's edit that part out.
No, you gotta be right all the time. He's all right.
It's fine because law enforcement thought it was 5 black kids. So
you're right. You're right.
It's fine.
Oh, hit the horn.
It's fine.
You know what? Let's get into that about even how they got in there. The cops.
Can I just ask one question?
Absolutely, my brother.
We everybody, and this is my whole thing. My whole takeaway and about the whole thing is that in the beginning of the show, everybody wanted to meet up at the park. But what actually happened at the park for them to meet up to? Like, usually, is it a basketball game or is somebody going to fight?
Nah,
like,
no, kids was just chilling. It was the start of an Easter break.
I get that. But the urgency in which they were telling the kids to meet up made it seem like something was happening right then and now.
Don't get me wrong. It's,
you know what I'm saying?
It's 89.
It's 89 in the city, right
so
before
Easter
Easter
are being
break.
kids, and they probably were doing some fucked up shit. I don't know or not.
I get that.
But they probably were doing some graffiti.
It was a couple
some
kids
people
out there
did get
wilding.
fucked up. Some people got robbed.
Some people got harassed.
But
I get
that's
it.
like with any group. That shit, some motherfuckers are going to be fucked up. Yeah. But for the most part, what I think it was, we just going to the park just literally to kick it.
Right.
What else you have to do back then? There wasn't really video games shit like that. You went out there, you left the house with your boys and shit.
I don't know.
Especially when you were in high school back then.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just what you would do. You know what I mean? So
it's like, I think the younger kid said it too. I wish that this would be turned up, but it's like the younger kid said too. He just wanted to go and see what the big kids were doing.
Right.
So that's imagine you're in high school and you're a freshman and then you see all the juniors going, like, talking about going to the park. You want to see what's up so you can tell the rest of your freshman class.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I get it for him. But I was just kind of like, what? Why is everybody going to the park? And I'm like, this shit.
Kids follow. They're kids.
Yeah.
You were a kid, you followed.
Well, shit, you think about it, motherfuckers.
I was a leader, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? You know what it could have been?
I was a wolf among sheep.
So for instance, I remember when I started playing travel lacrosse.
Okay.
So something
Were you nice back then?
Yeah, I was dirty.
All right.
I was dirty in lacrosse. I'm just being honest.
Toot the horn on him. You can't fit him through the door.
You'd get fucked up in lacrosse. That's all I'm saying back in the day.
All right.
So no. But so I remember when I after you played in the summertime, would link up with some of the kids during the school year or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. And even during some of the summertime. I remember one time meeting up, like literally, motherfuckers were drinking beers on like elementary school.
Oh, fun.
You see, but no. But what I'm saying,
that's obvious sarcasm.
Just,
people
just drinking beer, but like literally just shooting the shit. I guess whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I guess that would be the white version of the Central Park 5, just going to the fucking park.
Yeah.
They just went to the park, just fucking around. These motherfuckers listen. And when we were doing it, shit, I would think it had to be. It was 08. It was 08. It was the summer and the fall of 08.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. I wanted to
damn near like a 10, 11 year difference in the same fuckery.
Sheesh. I wanted to get into the backlash of it between the two heavy prosecutors. One Elizabeth Letter was the lead prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one with the curly hair, right?
Yeah. She was the one that was a teacher, part-time teacher at Columbia Law School, and
she resigned.
Yeah, she resigned because of the Black Law Students and the association. They got like 10,000 people to sign a petition for her to step down.
I believe it.
Yeah, and she wrote an email to the university, just basically saying she's not gonna renew her teaching license. So
smart. They had They had that backdoor conversation.
Yeah,
they let her know what it was.
Yeah, and then so off of the Central Park 5, she basically in the movie touched on this. She became a author, a novelist, and basically everybody's just canceling her right now.
Because honey,
that's
why
quick.
not?
It was trending on Twitter.
Yeah, cancel Linda, and then that's just
because she had like a book deal and all that kind of
boycott her.
Yeah, she got dropped. And all her not-for-profit, she had to step
publishing,
down from.
her everything.
Everything has been canceled. Everybody has either dropped her or asked her to step down.
Yeah,
and I see no problem with it. I heard about it at all.
Yeah, and you know what it is to me? It makes me think about like just in general, like criminal reform. Like, is it possible for us to actually like have a heavy dent in this where we could say like, okay, it's due. Like the due process is actually just. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and Robert Kraft are working on it. As much as we don't, we think it's all a game. Kanye and Kim have gotten people released from jail with Trump. I mean, like, what do you think? Like,
honestly, I feel like there's so many layers to it because when I used to work at the law firm I used to work at, you start to learn that sometimes it's not even the people prosecuting them. Sometimes it's the judges.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you see,
so it's top down.
I think they said somewhere during the documentary too, like it's such and such on the case. Like this, they're not here to let you win.
Gilligan's Island.
Yes, it was. Yes. Honorable Gilligan. So half of the time,
Gallagher, or whatever it was.
Gilligan's Island. It's a fucking TV show. God damn it.
Boom, boom.
This is what happens when you record late. Your mind starts going. But Gallagher was prosecuting them from jump.
He wasn't for it.
You feel me? He wasn't for it. So it's a lot of people like that in the system. It's a lot of corrupt prosecutors in the system. There's a lot of corrupt police officers in the system. It's too many layers of fuckery for it to change.
Just the thirst to prosecute someone, like
for the title, for the honorability.
You know what?
My
but
God.
But listen.
You created this whole instead of creating this whole the amount of energy you put in to fabricate and create this timeline, you could have used your actual due diligence and training to actually find out who did it.
But
you know what I'm saying?
And the same guy went on to rip like 3 more females.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
this goes back to my original point. And let me put you on. I said this like many episodes ago. This is why more of us need to be cops. More of us need to be lawyers, prosecutors at that. And then more of us need to then become judges. That's how we beat the system.
Will they let us?
No. I mean, you know what?
Let me
not say no.
Time out,
22 women, yes.
Talk about it. Yes,
No.
We can do it. We just got to get the fuck off our asses. And I'm going to challenge you in your statement. Will they let us? I don't give a damn if anybody wants to let us do anything. I'm sick and tired of asking anybody for any goddamn thing.
No, you're right. I'm
here. I'm unapologetic. It is what it is.
But we've seen it. Like, if they don't want us to do something, they're going to make sure that it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's due because...
And then also, you have to stop for a second. Sometimes you could put yourself in that system and still have your hands bound because you got to think about the cop that was in that room. They depicted that was important.
Absolutely.
You put that in there for a reason. There was a black man in that room who was law enforcement that saw the fuckery going down, but what could he do?
It will listen. This is chess, not
checkers. Because you're blue, not black.
Hold on. This is chess, not checkers. It's the art of war. You get in there, you play the game, you get enough of us in there. The minute then you can start making some power moves, that's when you do it. Of course, we would have to in the beginning play the game. You do what you got to do.
Know thy enemy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know thyself, know thy enemy. You do not have to worry about the outcome of 1,000 battles.
Yeah, I wasn't asking in terms of permission, but I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of like that's what we need to do. So it's kind of like, all right, we may lose now, but we're gonna win the war. And let me tell you, not to tie the shit in. Actually, not tying it because he's heavily involved in this. So right now, I wonder if everybody knows that out of one in every five judges right now, circuit judges, Supreme Court judges, all that kind of shit.
Right.
1 in every 5 is Trump appointed. And they are hostile to Roe v. Wade. They're hostile to LGBTQ laws.
Look at all the moves.
So listen.
made.
So do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is chess.
All pillars.
This is chess, not checkers.
It's all could connect. Yep.
That's what I mean by it's way too many layers.
Yeah.
But we need to get in and start playing the game. We may be losing now, but eventually we're gonna get in it that we can make this shit even how it should be.
Get a foot in there, we can kick the door down.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get in there.
No, I get that.
And that's why I always challenge brothers and sisters like, yo, fuck the police, yada yada. Okay, I hear you. Fuck the police. I'm with you on it. But then
who you gonna call?
Who you gonna call? And then why don't you become one then if you don't like it so much? Because you can't. I don't care what nobody says. You can't do nothing if you're sitting in the sideline. Everybody's like, oh, it doesn't. Like you said, it doesn't matter. Well, we get enough of us in there. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. And then not even necessarily even just only black people, but just people in general who care about justice.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then motherfuckers understand. Listen, yes, it's black people today. But do y'all not listen, Irishmen? Do y'all not remember how bad y'all were fucking treated when y'all first came over here?
Oh God!
Italians, do y'all not remember how bad y'all were treated?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the only reason that unions even came into play and motherfuckers even give a fuck about y'all right now is because blacks got freed, and that's why that's why they created the unions so y'all could survive. You know what I mean? Listen, they'd rather have y'all at the table than one of us. That's literally what it was. So don't think that it can't go easily back there.
Yeah. No,
you see what I mean?
If you feel attacked, you're being attacked.
You speaking. This man's speaking facts
directly to the people who need to hear it. Directly, like.
Tell them why you mad, huh?
Hands up.
They got the game fucked up. But you know what though?
What's up?
I will. I'm gonna read this message. I'm not gonna say who sent it, but it was one of my cop buddies who sent it to me when I sent him that message. Like, yo, listen, I appreciate y'all.
Don't be out here dropping dimes on nobody, man.
Listen, he dropped a dime. He was like, listen. He says, thank you for that. It was unnecessary for sure, man. I'm sure I can speak for all of us that we aren't in this to ruin lives or take advantage of anyone. So I want to thank you for that. It's motherfuckers like that we need as cops.
Yeah, remind us that they're human. Yeah, remind us that they're fucking human. You know what I'm saying? You have a gun and a badge, but you bleed just like me. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
We were all kicking it a few weeks ago, and fucking one of them, somebody was telling a story about an encounter with cops. Mm-hmm. And the one who's a cop who was there, he was like, oh, nah, that's fucked up. He goes, matter of fact, you ain't have to do that shit. He goes, he was doing that shit. He goes, nah. He goes, next time do this, do that, and then you be all right.
That's it.
And it's like, but then you need motherfuckers like that because you know what though? At least with somebody like that, if I see him fucking somebody up,
they deserved it.
Yeah, some shit happened.
The shit went
Something
down.
Something went severely left.
And
they
you
tried
got
to reason
it is what it is. He's trying to restrain you. You fighting, and it is what it is. But I know that like he's not gonna be fucking somebody up for no reason.
Exactly. And then even if that type of person responds to the situation, it's not gonna be with a fucking bullet.
You see, I'm cool with them. I'm cool with them shooting hands.
I'm okay with that too.
I'm cool with them shooting hands.
They used to do it in the 80s and 90s. They used to do it.
In LA,
cool. They still shoot.
They
used
to do it too. But don't get me wrong. Like I said, you could have a cop will come to see a scene and assess the scene without his gun out, and you know what I mean, ready to blow some shit. You know what I'm saying? If he's just.
But their training was different back then, and I believe what happened. Oh, what riots was it in LA? It was riots in LA.
Watts riots.
Was it the race riots? The Watts riots that changed how police,
Rodney King and shit, all that other shit,
and then how police responded to shit, and then their training got a lot more deadly.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But I forgot it was some kind of riots over there that literally changed the shit. They need to go back to disarmament. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop having so much pussies in there. Make them make sure they're proficient like jujitsu or some other shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
These motherfuckers should be able to
or at least judo, something. Just
something.
Yeah. You don't have to be kicking niggas in the throat.
You
can at least hip toss.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, you don't gotta bang his head into the fucking concrete.
And then how about we not throw rookies into high stress situations, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
How about you put the rookies in a good neighborhood at first, then work them into a medium neighborhood, and then they can eventually get into the bad neighborhood. And then after that, you can let motherfuckers start divvy out and divvy in as you please. But stop putting these motherfuckers in terrible situations.
You know, I thought about this, and I thought about how we talked about, when they see us and how we have so much problems going on in America when, there's other countries that have such,
disgusting, vile things happening.
Yeah, and us as, I guess, amateur media, for America, we ain't
amateur shit, we're professionals.
Right.
Professional amateurs.
Professional amateurs. Exactly. I like that. Professional amateurs. We're semi official.
We get in there, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You want to be there for the ride.
I just think that we need to bring awareness to situations that, many people know about, but people don't know about.
Absolutely.
I think everybody sees on IG and all the stuff about how we have the blue icons and everything for Mohammed Myanmar in Sudan. But I think that we need to know what exactly is going on. And I think with the closing segment the time we have left here, we can just raise awareness on that because it's atrocities going on out there. And you know what it is? I think that it fits into the image of how America tries to market Africa, which is very militant, civil war, and you don't want to go over there, you don't want to travel.
Well, that's also because America's over there, and then they're
fucking shit up.
They're gutting it for its resources. Also, America, and the UK as well, France as well. They're in there,
secret war.
They're gutting it. And here's the thing with us going over there in Sudan. Same thing was going over there in Libya
or Somalia back in the day.
It's motherfuckers.
Rwanda.
It's motherfuckers who look like us. Always end up on a fucking slave auction.
Yeah,
it's motherfuckers who look like us, and that's why I'll tell this to every fucking black person who lives in America. You need to be a supporter of your Second Amendment right to bear arms. You need to.
Okay, I get that, but
what?
No, listen. Let me tie this shit in.
We're talking about Sudan right now, bro.
You're right. Okay, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just pushing any.
No. He was going down a dark hole.
Yeah, he was.
No, because I'm tired of seeing. But I'm raising issues about a few things. I'm just tired of seeing us always ending up in chains the minute a country goes.
You know
into
what it
ruins.
is? It's not that we need to bear arms. We you know what? Let's twist it. We need to bear arms, but I'm not saying weapons. We need to wise the fuck up. Because the only reason why I know about the Sudan crisis, mind you, I've heard about it, but it kind of just got tucked away because you hear about it and then you're like, oh, wow, that's fucked up.
No one gives a fuck about African countries. That's why you ain't hear about it.
Exactly. That's number one. Number two, the only reason why I see it is because it's trending so much on social media. But then when you try to go into looking to see what exactly is going on, the information isn't as available as it was for Shit.
Whatever.
The cathedral.
Paris.
The cathedral that just fell to shit.
Notre Dame.
But,
yes.
But you know what? That is actually lucky for the viewers that we exist.
Exactly.
Because that's exactly what I wanted to do.
That's what I'm saying. We need to bear arms as far as knowledge goes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Spreading it along.
It's
and together, too.
It's knowledge. We got to get together. We got to get a media, but then we also need to actually have actual arms.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If shit goes down, you see what I'm saying? You want to at least listen. I'd rather die standing than live on my motherfucking knees.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're over there. They're literally on the auction block. They are destroying fucking families over there in Sudan right now. Motherfuckers who look like us. Listen, do y'all know y'all know those big dumpsters that you would call to your house to gut it?
Yeah.
Did you know that they got motherfuckers like us stacked in that motherfuckers? Just human beings who look like us stacked over top of each other, one after the other after the other. And guess what? They look like each and every motherfucker in this room.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always us.
And
it's always us.
I want to get to the origin basically. So, and why people have the blue thing. So the icons kind of stand for the
raising the awareness.
The raising awareness, but in particular to a student, Muhammad Manamar, who was our age, 26.
Speak facts.
And he was gunned down in by the military service the military militia that's going on over there. So that's why his favorite color was indigo. So that's why everybody was like raising awareness off of that. I just wanted to bring touch it for that. But in reality, the whole thing happened is because over there, the president, who just has been outed, he basically cut the funding for bread and
everything
and the fueling, but those in particular, which caused them to riot. Now, because of the violence and all that stuff is going on and all these weird tragedies and atrocities going on, it's now ascending into a human right issue, and the problem was because of Darfur, and now it's happened right there, so close. Now it's bringing so much U.S. attention. So now that he's out, they're trying to do like a transitional thing because the elections don't start. They don't have elections till 2020.
Exactly.
They got slave auctions going on over there, don't they?
Yeah.
And yeah.
So where does that come from?
I think you know what it is. I think it is. I don't think.
Where does that come from?
I don't think it's there in particular. I think it's really done in Libya, but they are migrants from all of Africa going to Libya. So I think essentially you could have.
It's people running from the crisis in Sudan that are ending up in Libya, and then they're getting put up for the slave trade through them.
But then it's kind of like, what's hilarious?
So I don't find any of this hilarious.
Sarcasm. He's saying it facetiously.
I know. But even then,
what's really crazy about this whole situation? I wonder.
What's up?
Let's fuck it. Let's even take fucking Russia
and Bosnia and all that other shit.
All that kind of shit, right? Do you think that let's take the Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Do you think that motherfuckers would allow Russians to put Ukrainians on the fucking slave auctions? Do you think the UN would allow that? Or do you think that they would go ahead and invade Russia and fight them with everything that they had?
I just have a question. Here's my thing. I think it all chalks up to humanitarian rights, which needs intervention, immediate. But I think that
humanitarian rights is a whole bunch of nothing. This is about a whole bunch of countries have to follow something that none of them have a reason to follow.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like if the UN all sees that this is a humanitarian thing and
they
rights
would step in.
Yeah, they would.
Once
they feel
human,
necessary.
Fuck where you stand for, where you come from.
Right.
This is a humanitarian issue.
But then my question is, if it's a humanitarian issue, why is there still slave auctions going on in 2019?
Because we are not humans. We are monkeys.
Or even less than that.
But then it's getting to my point of that's what I was saying about the whole Russian thing. So then if the shit was happening over there in like Ukraine.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
What would be happening?
I don't know, because Russia's a little...
I think because
they would let them. You would think they would let Russians have people?
Yeah, I think they would.
I think they would.
Do you think they would let Vladimir Putin have a slave?
I think it would there would just be more coverage on it. I think it would still happen, but there would be more coverage.
You think so?
Yeah, because you know why? Because I think because of the whole. We cover Russian media is so involved in our media now. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Trump administration. So we already talk about Russia almost every day. You know what I mean? So
listen,
it's like
what I'm saying is, if Russia had a slave auction, you don't think that they would find some kind of excuse to go over there and make some money while going over there to
don't get me wrong, we'll get boots on the ground for sure. But I'm not saying shit's gonna be ceased.
No, I think what he's saying is the boots are gonna hit the ground quicker for Russia than they will for Sudan or Libya or any other.
Right now, but the thing is, here's the thing. We already have boots on the ground in Africa, but they don't want to say the reason why they're there because there is no reason for them to be there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you can't. Those are like ghost troops.
They're not. But But guess what? Those boots on the ground they got over there, those ghost troops, they're not there helping anything.
No, I know.
They're over there.
I know.
That's why they're not talking
shit.
about it.
They're over there.
They're
giving these motherfuckers the arms.
I know because there's so much, and that's the thing about it. And it's like, why is there so much attention? It's supposed to be the richest, the poorest continent, but why does everybody have their hands in it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, what is there? If it's supposed to be so poor, let it be poor.
Makes you
wonder, everybody's over there. Everybody's over there.
Makes you wonder.
Same thing about Haiti too. Like everybody says Haiti is so poor, but this is one of the most richest mineral countries ever.
How much money did the Clinton Foundation?
Oh God, wasn't that a couple billion? It was a lot of money. And listen, you know what though? Haiti really is. Haiti's rich. But Haiti is poor because of the greedy people in power.
Naturally rich.
Yeah. But they are poor because of the greediness in power.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
And they can't flip the resources enough to make a profit, you know, because it's corruptness and they feel like, I sit on top of this, so I'm going to own it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Haiti is basically the real life Rwanda. Like, without the technology and all that stuff, but mineralized, it basically is.
Fucked up Wakanda, though.
Yeah.
A rundown. I'm not going to call my country fucked up, but a rundown Wakanda.
It's not the utopia. But and like
your love was a little bit loud.
I just saw that was just me. But it's not the utopia. But you know, for the most part, and the minerals and stuff like that, it's you know, it's the richest, one of the rich, all the minerals, gold, all other stuff.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why does American media spin this and make it seem like it's we don't want to be there, we shouldn't go there, but in fact we're over there already taking all these resources and we're
America's everywhere. That's why
exactly they don't want to shed light on
protecting their assets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't run around. I mean, your mom told you from young, you don't run around talking about all the stuff that you have going on with you.
Right.
So they're not going to run around and talk about all the stuff that they're trying to do because they want to make sure they lock it down themselves.
And this whole thing with the this Sudan movement and the protests, I kind of thought it brought back to me about I don't know if you guys know about the Arab Spring movement back in 2010. It's basically when these Middle Eastern countries like Yemen, Tanzania,
I remember that.
Yeah, they had all these protests and outed a whole bunch of governments through social media and organizing like that. I thought about this kind of like the same thing, but instead of while that was kind of like it was kind of peaceful. And, you know, sometimes the, you know, authorities will come but no one died for the most part. Maybe, you know, a couple stampedes and, you know, tear gas, but not like bloodshed, what we're seeing now, you know what I'm saying, in Sudan. So I'm thinking to myself, like, these Middle Eastern countries, and I think they might have been one African country, but they're mostly Middle Eastern, you know, with Middle Eastern population, nothing really happens over there. But yet we're in Africa and there's so much bloodshed. Could that be another initiative or another agenda in these
you already know
the black genocide that we have going on?
Yeah, because oh my God,
it's on all phases. It's in Africa.
Yeah, that's
across the board.
The thing.
It's in U.S.
Well, it's everywhere.
Across the board.
Population control is everywhere, but they always test everything on Africans. They just love that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I was whole nervous about Bill Gates going over there. Fucking what was he? Did he make some like fucking he made some nanobots or some nano mosquitoes or shit like that. I read it. I don't know if it was true or not. Like he was over there, he was giving aid, but then like I guess he allegedly was like releasing some like nanobots or whatever like that.
Were they like carrying something like that? And then I heard about that, allegedly. But I feel like that was
it could have been a lie, but the issue is that
I feel like that was conspiracy, but then again I don't know.
But my issue is that the reason why we are led to believe such thing is the fact that black people have been experimented on since the beginning of fucking time.
Yeah,
that's literally what they've been doing.
And we're not
modern medicine owes the black body.
We're not humans. We're animals. Like, come on, dude.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, are you fucking crazy?
They used to feed us to alligators. They used to feed our babies to alligators.
I'm a fucking superhero. I'm a fucking superhero.
I hear that.
Melanin is a superpower, people.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? I can fucking stand out there. I got 3 calf muscles. I got, you know what I mean? I got a big ass pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
You're a dick.
You know, I'm just, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
I wasn't even prepared.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Man. It's Black of the Berry. We talked about Sudan, the atrocities going on there. I need you guys to go out there, research, look it up, spread your awareness on this because this shit is ridiculous, man. I feel like, and people need to know that this shit can happen here too. You know that it ain't just it's Africa, but it could happen anywhere, and
it's happening in a lesser grade.
But let me
it's happening in a lesser grade.
But let me tell you something. If it happened here, brothers and sisters, was something that y'all really need to know here, right? Yeah. If it happens here, it's not going to be a race thing. It's going to be a class thing.
Yep. Martial law.
Martial law.
It's going to be fucking ridiculous.
It's going to be like that movie In Time with Justin Timberlake.
You fucking need to get your guns.
Somehow, this guy brought it all the way back. No, I get it. I get it.
No. You need to get guns. You need to get perishable items.
Yeah.
You need to get instant pack of water. It's a game. Because listen,
a doomsday sender.
Then you got to get a militia, and then you got to be ready and with the shit because the shit is going to get. Listen, they have the Huey P. Newton Gun Club down there in Texas. They also have like a black version of NRA that we can join.
I think it's all
this shit can go down. Yeah. Hey, listen, they also have places where you can actually have mock war games. I know people on my timeline. Yeah, I follow somebody. And this motherfucker goes like mock war games, and like it's like fucking
paintball casualties.
It's paintball on steroids. Yeah, with like airsoft guns, and you get hit. It's like, all right, yeah, you're really dead. You got to wait out that game and shit. Yeah, so there's ways we can get trained and we can get right people. Yeah. Listen, it's all a game, but until it ain't a game.
Here's my thing. Let's wrap it up here. I just wanted to bring it up. You know, people need to research what's going on in Libya because the shit's still going on there. Research what's going on in Sudan. Spread your awareness to people about that. Definitely, if you haven't, watch this when you see us.
Watch when you see us, but then also make sure that you have either a slot of time or you are in a good mental space because we got 3 minutes left. Yeah. I'm speaking as a mom. I had to take 3 days to get through episode 4 because I just kept seeing my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's rough.
If you haven't,
you got a black son.
If you haven't, get into it.
I would suggest watch it in its entirety if you can make it because
I took breaks. I started doing push-ups. That's how mad I started getting. I started watching it while doing push-ups.
Listen, but shout out to Netflix. Shout out to Ava for directing that. She did her thing. Blackberry Midnight, season 1. Olive Blue is on the watch.
I am. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Any closing statements for everyone? Are you okay?
Oh, I've been up for 3-4 days.
No, I'm like, you're tearing up.
Listen, I had to take a few days. I know we only have a couple minutes, but I was hysterical crying.
Yeah.
13 minutes into episode 4.
Yeah, it's a lot. Episode 5 really did it for me though.
No, it's only 4.
5.
It's 4 episodes.
5.
Is it 5?
5.
Okay, so then maybe the last episode is Corey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, 5. So then I did see it. Yeah, no, 13 minutes into episode 5 then, I guess. I was hysterical. Corey hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
That little boy hit me like a ton of bricks because I just kept thinking of my son. But then Corey's innocence and his lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And then even seeing him
his name wasn't even on the list.
First of all, he went there to support his friend.
His name was on the fucking list.
That's what I'm saying. And all of this was because, somebody's baby was out there asleep. So I think about it. I think about the episode. I watched the documentary with Oprah afterwards and Tron is destroyed by it, and all I kept thinking was somebody took that baby's life. You know what
childhood.
I mean? So I get emotional because I just think about 13 years of my baby's life being taken from him, and then him coming out not even being able to take a shower without his boxers on.
You know?
So it's a lot. If you have not watched When They See Us, take the time and mentally prepare. Don't be so quick to talk shit.
Yeah,
because ultimately, this really happened.
Yeah,
in real life,
and it's depicted beautifully.
It's
but you want to know what's even worse?
What's up? Closing statement.
Closing statement is this: 1, this stuff happens all the time still.
Yeah, there's a secret black genocide going on
to this day. Second thing, it's very convenient that they bring this up around election time, so you know what you're doing. I'm going to put you onto that, but it still does not change the fact that this kind of shit is fucked up.
Also, with the last 30 seconds, I want to bring attention because when I was younger, I was obsessed with the Holocaust, just learning about how something horrible could happen like that. It's happening again now with ICE and the detainment centers. Yeah. So if you guys want to talk about it next episode, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm with that.
They are killing
the kids in cages and shit.
They're killing
Hispanic
women, children, men, family, destroying them. So all of this shit is happening in real life.
Yeah. So
wake the fuck up.
Yeah. Stop snoozing, people. All right, from Black of the Berry, from OliveBlueee. We love y'all.
Always a good time.
Peace.
Second Amendment, motherfuckers.
Peace, love, and chicken. All right.
Grab your guns, bitches.
Love y'all. Peace.